Hello! Welcome to this week's new video. I wanted to do an old-fashioned weekly reading vlog just because I wanted to change things up. I am in the middle of a book right now that I'm also enjoying, so I thought it would be kind of a chill way to get back into things, into my routine of filming because I just came back from vacation. I'm getting ready for my first day back at work. I'm a little bit nasally. I always get a dry throat when I stay in hotels. That's all gone, but just a result of that, my nose is now stuffed, so I sound like this. Hopefully I'm getting better. Currently, I am in the middle of The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I read and enjoyed A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, so I wanted to read her newest release. I'm about 50% of the way through this book and I'm really enjoying it. It's another true crime-esque book. I thought I would say hello, and I'm excited for the weekly vlog. In this book, we are following Belle. Her mother disappeared 16 years ago, Rachel Price. A true crime documentary is being made about her mother's disappearance. She's now 18 years old. She doesn't really have memory of when her mom disappeared, but she was there. And then, in an unbelievable turn of events, her mother, Rachel, reappears. Belle thinks that there are inconsistencies with her mother's story, and she does not believe what has happened to her, and is trying to figure out the truth of like where her mother was, why she disappeared, why she might be lying. It's pretty good so far. I didn't read as much on vacation as I thought I would. This book is also overdue, so I would like to finish it by today or tomorrow. On Wednesday, I'm going to be packing up to stay in Astoria for a bit, which I'll talk about more later. Hello, good morning. Today I had plans to go to the gym. Instead, I rolled around in bed for a little bit too long. It sucks a little bit because I won't have many opportunities to go to the gym this week or like for the rest of the month because I will be living in Queens cat sitting from tomorrow, so I need to like actually get together my packing list. I do plan on coming back here once a week to do laundry, and so that I don't have to bring like a ginormous suitcase. Also because the place I'll be staying at, they don't have laundry in unit. I'll only have like once a week to go to the gym. It's just too out of the way. Yesterday, I came home so exhausted, surprisingly. I feel like the sleeping early-ish regiment during vacation kind of stuck, and I like it. I read quite a bit yesterday, 100 pages exactly actually, so I have some left. Hopefully I can finish that little bit today. We're at a point in this book where I don't really know why or like what's going on. I think it's supposed to throw more suspicion on Rachel. It's like involving the dad if you've read the book, and I just don't see why. I don't see any clues of like what happened or what's going on, like why this is happening, but it does make Rachel look better in the world's eye, but I don't really see how this is adding to the story. I'm about to leave for work because I also need to go to the library. I'm quickly like writing down how many pages I read yesterday just so that I know to fill in my bullet journal tonight or whatever when I come home. I am enjoying it, but I think I might have enjoyed A Good Girl's Guide to Murder a little bit more. I'm also in the middle of like trying to convince Coda to come back with me to go to the gym with me on Sunday and come back here, which would be easier because it means I wouldn't have to pack as much stuff. Let's GTFO. I have 2 books to pick up at the library. Good morning. Today I'm filming a day in my life type of reels. I'm definitely gonna have trouble balancing this regular weekly vlog as well as this one. I'll definitely be posting like the more nitty-gritty stuff for the reels, so if you're not already following me on Instagram, go ahead and check it out. I'm trying to be more consistent on my content creation. I'm also like having fun with the reels over there, but I've woken up. I'm gonna go work out at the gym today, but Coda's still asleep, so I think I'm going to just clean the bathroom really quickly since I will be going away, and hopefully if I can pack a little bit because I think I'll have to rush a little bit after we come back from the gym since I want to do laundry and stuff like that as well. However, mainly wanted to come onto the vlog to say hi. I finished my book. I also got a text from the library telling me that it's overdue a week and I need to return it. I finished The Reappearance of Rachel Price. Let's talk about it. There was a twist happening in this that I didn't know if I really enjoyed, and it definitely didn't show the dad in a good light, but I also like questioned him, but I also feel like it didn't really show Rachel in the best light either, so that was confusing. And there was a twist. It happened while I was on the train, gave a really good gasp, jaw was dropped. But I don't know if I loved it, if I like felt a little obvious. Unraveling it was fun and seeing how it all went down was cool, but I just feel like if it was an adult book, it could have been a lot better, a lot more sinister. So I don't know if I really loved this a lot. It had potential to be a 4-star. I think I'm giving this one 3.5. It was still an enjoyable first half, and I was really wondering what was going to happen. What happened to Rachel? Why does she seem so suspect? But the ending felt wrapped up really nicely, but I also understand why Belle and Carter would take it that way and take to Rachel in that way. I'm not sure what I'm going to read next. This is the only book that was overdue at the library. I think I need to check my records. I'm slowly packing, gathering my things. I'm also like making plans for the weekend at the moment. I keep having to like figure out places / what to wear. I'm finally getting down to actually putting things into my suitcase right now. I'm out of my room because the AC is blasting. It needs to be. It is so humid. Hopefully I can leave soon. Debating if I should go grocery shopping tonight or tomorrow, since I do have leftover like a burrito that I can eat tonight, and then I can just grocery shop before I go out to dinner tomorrow. I get to start a new book today, so I am going to be taking Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This is my most anticipated book of the year so far, so I'm really looking forward to this. This is also Riley Sager's first male main character. I've heard pretty mixed things about it. I'm a little scared. I think this is the only book that I'm going to be bringing so far, since I'm going to be coming back here on Sunday. I might bring another book back with me then. Unsure if that's going to be a library book or not, because I do have a few now. I just don't want to bring any sequels, so it might be one of my July TBR books. I am a mood reader, so I don't have many July TBR books. Besides Middle of the Night, it's going to be 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, which is a sequel, and Murder Road by Simone St. James. I mostly picked these two also because they take place in June, so I thought that would be fun. That does depend on when Good Girl, Bad Blood is due at the library though, but we'll see. I'm sitting down to have lunch before I go out to go grocery shopping. I'm running a little bit behind again. I had difficulty reacquainting myself with the shower and getting it to work. I also don't feel very well rested because the cats were all over me last night. All 3 of them were on the bed. A couple times the white cat Moon basically slept on my chest the whole night, and if I turned over after he left, he would come back and meow at me until I turned over. It was a lot. I'm hydrating. I really have to go grocery shopping. I'm having dinner, but I want to make sure I like an early dinner, but I want to make sure that there's food for Coda, and then we can eat leftovers on Friday. I'll talk about my book in a little bit because it's over there and I just want to eat something. I just came back from grocery shopping. I'm sweating because I have to run out like right away. I went to Van Leeuwen and got 3 ice creams. I'm also here for a month, so I feel like that should be doable. Hopefully this is enough to get me through until next week as well, because I will still be eating out until I leave on Wednesday again. A little frustrated because I'm trying to make dinner for Coda, but I cannot. Oven's not working, like the stove is not working, so I literally chopped up all the veggies and then have to wait for him to come home, which I feel really bad about because it was kind of a chaotic day at work. I have been reading this on the train, my commute to dinner, and it's like kind of boring. I mean, the book is still setting up. I'm not even 100 pages. I almost am. I'm on page 92. It's very slow going. It's flipping back in time between right after Billy disappeared and in the present. I don't think I talked about this book at all. One night, 10-year-old Ethan and Billy are having a sleepover. They are sleeping in a tent in the backyard, and when Ethan wakes up in the morning, his friend Billy is gone. There's a slash in the tent, 0 sign of him, and a year later, like, he's believed to be dead. No one knows what happened to him, and flash forward to 30 years later, Ethan is back in this old neighborhood, Hemlock Circle. He's living there for the time being. He feels Billy's presence. There are signs of him, reminders of his childhood best friend. He wants to see if this is like a cruel prank or is Billy actually alive, and he's investigating what really happened that night and trying to piece together the memories that he has forgotten. and it's slow going. I feel like there's not a lot of intrigue. There were some suspects, but none of them panned out. Since catching up on House of the Dragon, I've been actually watching House of the Dragon, The House That Dragons Built, which is like a documentary series all about behind the scenes of how the show's made, which is really cool. But I think I'm just gonna turn this off and read because I only read like 40 pages. I do want to get to like a bigger chunk of this before the weekend. I'm settling in. I'm also pivoting this vlog from a weekly vlog, I might have mentioned that in the intro, into reading anticipated reads of 2024. My mom went back to Japan for like a month and it was her last day in New York before flying out, and so we went out to eat. Coda came along, we went to Tacombi, and my sister wanted to buy a book at a bookstore nearby at Greenlight, which is an indie bookstore. I really wanted to buy Midnight Feast. I saw it at the airport in Orlando and decided not to buy it because I had barely even read the book that I had brought with me. Coda bought it for me, and he ended up buying another book for my cousin's kids. It's called Little Shrew. It's by a Japanese author. We thought that was fitting and we read through it before we went to bed also, which was really sweet. That's why I'm pivoting, because this one. Do I know what this book's about? No. Did I want to read it? Yes. It's opening night of the manor. No expense, small or large, has been spared. The manor is surrounded by the local woods. It's trying to privatize the beach. Whispers keep coming about an old piece of pagan folklore. The Nightbirds, an avenging force that can be called upon to make right wrongs that elude the law. Though surely everything at the manor has been above board. Everyone has an agenda, everyone has a past, but not everyone will survive the Midnight Feast. I'm gonna be getting ready to head out soon, so I thought I would talk about Middle of the Night. It's like really boring. I would say I'm like 85% of the way through, right? 90%, and it's just kind of, is something happening? Is the supernatural aspect supposed to come into play? I feel that's only starting now, and it is just too late in the book for that to be going on, and I don't really know how this is going to end up. If this is not at least 4 stars, I don't think I will be pre-ordering Riley Sager anymore. Everything's kind of going downhill from when I first started liking his books. Hello, I'm home repacking my things. I wanted to do a little check-in because I did finish Middle of the Night yesterday. I was a little bit early at work, so I sat at a coffee shop, finished the last little bit, and boy was I angry. There was a part I was standing melting in the heat on the subway platform and the twist happened, and I was so confused because it came out of left field. Like, I had no idea what was going on, why, like, it didn't seem right, and it felt like such a waste of all that build up just for that to be the reveal. I was so annoyed. This is a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. It has like special content, which is basically like his explanation of how he came into this book, and it's also signed. I pre-ordered this, right? What a fucking waste of my time. This book, 2 stars. Getting a little bit disappointed with Riley Sager's books. I really like his earlier works. I think that I am no longer going to be pre-ordering his stuff, or he's not gonna be an auto-buy author for me anymore, because this shit, embarrassing. Anyway, my commute is a really long one coming back home. I started it today, The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley, also another anticipated read for me. I have already read 90 pages, feeling good about it. It's very much Lucy Foley vibes, so the perspectives that we're following in this is the founder, the husband, the mystery guest, and the kitchen help. Sometimes there's like little portions of the now, the current, or like the aftermath rather, and it's pretty good so far. I'm liking it. I'm having a good time with it. I didn't really enjoy the hunting party or the Paris apartment. Guest list was like top tier for me, so I hope this is going to be a good one. Unsure if I'm going to bring a next book. Actually, I probably should, and I'll probably end up bringing Murder Road since this was also a 2024 release. I feel like it's been a while since I updated the vlog, but hi, I finished The Midnight Feast before I left for my commute yesterday, which felt really good because I ended up being able to read so much. I was really enjoying this, but the epilogue left me confused. I still feel like I should reread that part. It wasn't as disappointing as Middle of the Night, but something about it I felt like
could have been done better. And so my final rating of this is going to be 3 stars because of the way Lucy Foley writes, and it goes back and forth between what's going on and the aftermath. It makes you really interested. It keeps you going in the story. It seems so much more mysterious, but I feel like with all the characters in play and the way that they were revealed, because they do have like a mystery guest, I just feel like something was missing. It wasn't a bad read. It's definitely not my favorite of hers. Afterwards, I did immediately start into A Murder Road by Simone St. James. I'm only about 30 pages into. I wanted to read this because it's also taking place in July. April and Eddie are just married and they are on their honeymoon. They are lost. It is 1995, so there's no like GPS in their car. They just have a physical map. It's the middle of the night. They don't know where they are and they see a woman. They think she's a hitchhiker. They give her a ride. She seems very disoriented, a little bit drunk to them. Turns out she has a stab wound. They take her to the nearest hospital and she dies. And they end up being the prime suspects in this small town. State police do not believe their story, and in trying to clear their name, April and Eddie are discovering the secrets of this town that they're in. So far, it's looking suspicious. It feels like the police already have it out for them, and it seems sort of like a setup. Hi! Last night I was able to finish Murder Road, Simone St. James, on my commute home, and I'm giving this book 2.5 stars. I feel like it did have a lot of potential. It could have been really interesting, but it just sort of fell flat. So much more could have been done, and especially with the ending, I was left so unsatisfied. I don't know if Simone St. James is an author that I will be reading from now on. I definitely won't be purchasing. I don't think I've liked anything since the first book. I really thought there was something there that I read by her, The Sundown Motel, and then the Book of Cold Cases was okay. Eddie and April were not the best people. I guess they were supposed to be sort of unreliable, but I didn't really think that like anything was going on. Any reveal just felt like it just kind of happened. I could have been surprised, but it was just, oh, this did not go well. This whole vlog, they weren't for me. I'm feeling really weird about the mystery genre now as well. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please let me know like what other 2024 release mystery thrillers that I should be reading that are like worth 4 to 5 stars, because it was not fun, this one. I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.